Now we serve in the world and reach to the souls who is seeking God's love, protection, and want to liberate themselves from sorrow and pain. There are many circumstances that families are going through loss, pain, and many different circumstances. They're seeking help. So now I receive love from Baba. I fill myself with God's love, and then send the vibrations of God's love to all those who are seeking. I receive God's light and then share God's light with all the souls. Through this light, they can feel enlightened and experience courage. I take power from Baba and share power of Baba with all the souls who are shaken, feeling weak. I receive inner peace and I share peace to all the souls who are disturbed. Take blessings from Baba. Share blessings with everyone. so that they can feel close to Baba and claim their inheritance from Baba. Now I take drishti from Baba to fill myself.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 16. Self Sovereignty. Title is Nirakari Bap. Incorporeal. Father, Parent. Elevated Sanskar. Nirsankalpa. Free from thoughts. Now we will be listening from Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesday in Hindi is called Mangalvar. And Mangal means all well. It's a very, very beautiful word they use, that everyone's wellness is important. I am sure that you all are very, very well. It's considered to be day of Vishnu because Vishnu is the one who is the symbol to sustain. Brahma is creator, Vishnu is one who sustains, and then Shankar for destruction. So sustenance require knowledge, sustenance require love, sustenance require belonging. So I'm sure that with your clean heart and good yoga, you must be receiving and experiencing all from Baba, all the powers, love, belonging, all the sustenance from Baba. And I'm sure that that sustenance is keeping us well. Right? Our mind is happy, intellect also is quiet with Baba, body also is okay, and everything, whatever is happening around us, is going well. So that's why we call it all well, all is well. Our Baba is incorporeal. Mostly people in their religions, either they have their images of deities or their prophet souls. Every religion has some image, but we know that the seed of this world tree, what is the shape of his seed? Very small seed, right? Everything is merged in the seed. So Baba also is the seed of this world of humanity. So there is all power, all purity, all relationships in this seed. It's amazing, isn't it? But then when Baba gives us introduction that we are also incorporeal. I am incorporeal, but you are also incorporeal. But I am incorporeal forever. But you take your body and you play your part. So recognizing myself and exactly experiencing that how I am a soul incorporeal. I remember in the beginning, just to really feel it, to experience, I said whether I should recognize Baba first as incorporeal or I should experience myself as incorporeal. So I start meditating and thinking of myself as soul, as point of light, as pure energy, separate from body. So I start feeling what that living being I am, a soul. Then I start saying, the thoughts came, Baba is also like me. And then I looked at Baba as incorporeal, all powerful, almighty. Then I said to Baba, but I am also like you. It was such a beautiful feeling of relationship, of I as incorporeal soul and Baba also a incorporeal being. So we use word soul consciousness, but that is after. First, I need to really feel, realize that I am incorporeal, not just knowing in the intellect. So today I was remembering my experience when I came, because I used to believe in Lord Krishna and all these deities. Even knowing that God is one, God is our parents, and but still the habit of just worshipping all these deities and connecting with them. So when I came to know that Baba is incorporeal, I wanted to feel, no? Because you go in front of deities, you feel it through their eyes and through their image, their divinity, that they are very godly, they are divine. You feel that through their images. And now you have to feel one who is doesn't have image or any form, just incorporeal. And it's a beautiful experience. Once you have that, then it's very easy to connect soul with God, connect my intellect with God in soul consciousness. And then it start becoming easy that looking at Baba, I can look at myself as a soul. And looking at myself, I can think of Baba as incorporeal. And then based on that, for all other souls, even we are looking at bodies through these eyes, so and so, name, form. But we know that we are looking at the soul, talking to the soul. And it's very, very interesting when you really create this soul consciousness relationship with others. Every thought gets communicated, every word is understood. So, practice of soul consciousness and looking at everyone as souls, as brothers, that relationship is very, very beautiful. Because then you see so many good qualities of others. And then this whole word about nirsankalp, a lot of definition of that when you will read Murli, but let's say for Dadi Gulzar, Baba was using his chariot for so many hours in the beginning when Baba started coming. So Baba himself said for Dadi Gulzar, she has accumulated lot of power of thought. That means she doesn't waste thought, she doesn't think too much. And my own experience with her is, and this is how I understood what it means that you are free from thought. That let's say situation happen. So one is to solve it, but then after that we keep thinking for a day, for two, some people still keep thinking for a long time. No, that is waste here. Because okay, it happened, you uh, through your mind you resolve it and usefully stop and save the energy of thoughts. So nirsankalp, what I understood, of course I will go further than that, but in the beginning I really understood it, that when anything, any matter you think, you and then you use full stop. But there is habit. Some have more, some have less. They keep thinking, keep going on and on. But it happens 3 days, you are still thinking that. And that's deeply connected with body consciousness or nature of worrying, lack of trust. It's some kind of weakness we have, and because of that, we keep going on. Like Mama used to give example that if body is not well, it gets well, but then that sickness leaves the weakness in the body. So same is like something happened. Instead of okay, it's not we are not observing or we don't know or we're not trying to solve it, but then it's gone, no? It's past. Now it's time. So I shouldn't be thinking. No? So nirsankalp really means not to think, but not to have waste thinking, extra thinking, excessive thinking. Mm. And for that, I know, if we want to learn from Mama Baba, Baba used to finish Murli, come out of the room and say, whatever Baba spoke last Kalpa, Baba also spoke now. With us, like I know that I prepared lecture, I gave lecture, and then I say, oh, I could have said this, maybe this was better, I could have, but then I immediately remember when Brahma Baba say, whatever I spoke last Kalpa, I spoke even now. So Nirsankalp. And it's also very interesting that if we apply this more, we will be more creative, productive, our energy will be saved. Instead of again continuing with the same, somewhere just forget it, disconnect there. So that new realization, new thinking, many good things can happen. That means our thinking can be for many different other things. But if I am lingering on, right, you did it, okay, but it's already 2 days now. The person is saying, okay, I did, sorry, let's move forward. Still, you keep remembering, keep reminding. So that we have to observe. And really, it is very, very interesting because I heard Brahma Baba saying that now I'm able to apply most of the time. It happened, then what? Okay, now. Instead of keep thinking why it happened, shouldn't have happened, but it happened, right? So why not now I move forward, right? We want to move forward, no, but why we keep going backward? Let me move forward, and then you see your thinking. Very beautiful answer will come, solution will come, touching, what we call it, will come. That's called nirsankal. Nirsankal means, as Baba had said, this tail is not there because you are losing your capacity instead of gaining. And we are Baba's children, we are servers. We can use same thoughts in service, right? So that is why there are three categories of thought. Elevated thoughts, sinful thoughts or negative thoughts. And third is really called as neutral thought. Even for action, it's akarmi and nirsankal. And I remember we used to call one sister, one dadi, yes, she is a nirsankal deity because she will not, she knows everything, she deals with it, and then she is carefree. Nothing comes on her face or again reminding the soul or any kind of bad relationship. Anyway, she was happy, very happy and carefree because she didn't have this habit of keep thinking, keep thinking. What will happen by keep thinking? You will be able to do anything. No, it makes you very heavy. So elevated thoughts, pure thoughts, are definitely a very pure energy, right? It comes from our purity. But the negative thoughts definitely are connected with vices and weaknesses. So same connected with the actions, elevated action, pure actions, selfless actions. Then actions which are from attachment, from greed, from anger, they are like sinful actions. Right? They add to our past karmic accounts. We increase the account of karmas instead of settling. And settling always happens. Someone said it, I didn't like it. It's okay, I didn't hear it. Instead of sulking. I remember one time, somebody said something, we were very close. And it took me 10 hours to come out of that. And I said, what is this? I really didn't like it. Then I realized because we are not detached. So then it's the thoughts coming from maybe feeling humiliated, neglected, or whatever. This negative feeling is there. That's why all these thoughts come, whether they are of vices or of weaknesses or even looking at someone else's weakness. I remember once Baba said, anyone you see will have many specialties. But there is no one who doesn't have any weakness, right? So our focus goes immediately to what that person is not, instead of seeing what that person is. Because the capacity within that soul to serve is coming from that soul's strength, isn't it? And that's the soul's specialty, whether it's determination, whether whatever way that soul is serving. And immediately, if you look at the specialty, that love and connection which gets created, I really like that love and connection because it's forever. When I think of dadis, Mm. Because I was able to see their divinity, their love for Baba. Doesn't mean that we didn't have differences. There was a lot of gap, right? But I just felt so much love for them. So what I received from them, lot of love, blessings, care, totally special gifts from all the Hadiths. Lot of love. But there was some, they had lot of difficulties. And they will only talk why Dadi had this, why Dadi is like that. Oh my goodness. You get their whole life focused on someone's weakness, not seeing the strength of that soul. As I said, who doesn't have few limitations? Everyone. All of us have something which we still need to be complete in. But there are a lot of things which are very special in each one of us. Each one. I cannot leave a single soul by saying you don't have anything. First thing is God has chosen you as a child. God has made you instrument. That's very special. So this from heart, when you start appreciating, looking at speciality, the love which emerges for that soul solves everything. Because other souls start feeling that support, cooperation, and my ability increases. Main thing is my ability to be cooperative increases also. It's a very, very subtle aspect. But what we call vikalp, negative, sinful thoughts, one time somebody said to Daddy, this soul is not going to change. Daddy said, don't say that. This is not a blessing. You're blocking someone's way. Always think, yes, time will come, change will happen. It seems like a child, 6 months old child, can't be 6 years, right? Whether in body or even being sensible, 6 days and 6 years. So that's what I'm saying, that everyone is ascending. The life is to enjoy, right? Joyful. Always, always enthusiastic, very joyful, very loving. Every moment enjoy it. It's that only at confluence stage we have fortune of being carefree. An intoxication, whose child I am. Such a beautiful family. Like I always stayed with any center, I am 12, 13 of us. And I love, I enjoy. Even if everyone is different or does what that soul likes to, but it's okay, no? So in this soul consciousness relationship, God's child, God's instrument, awareness helps us to immediately see the specialties and connect with that soul. And that relationship is forever in a way, because not only at confluence stage, we will be together no, eternally. So our thoughts have to be always elevated, no attachment, no greed, no anger, but also be mm, just think as much necessary and then move forward. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now Sister Gayatri will guide us for tomorrow's homework.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening. And you had a beautiful sharing from Sister Mohini on Nira Sankalp and with Nirakari Bap, whom Baba described himself as parent at one point. So I thought that was very beautiful. Rather than saying just father, it's sometimes nice to say parent. But before we go into the prep for the homework tomorrow, I'd just like to do my featured experience. And this is from someone who wants to stay anonymous, but she's from the Philippines. And she says, I enjoy listening to Didi Nirmala's weekly sustenance classes, being part of the Asia Pacific family. Many years ago, Bab Dada said, I have the gift of the divine family. So joining the classes of Avyakti Parivar made me feel part of the unlimited family. The Pilgrimage of Remembrance series has helped improve my concentration and connection with Baba. The extended traffic control performed 5 times a day took away the tediousness, what Baba calls labor, of sitting for long hours, and I look forward to the short but focused breaks. Baba has likewise fulfilled my desire to gain a deeper understanding of the day's Murli through the Self-Sovereignty series. The chart has given me pointers on how to break down the Murli and find the gems that are applicable to my life. I have a long-standing karmic account with one of the key souls in the family. However, in the past 3 months that I have been paying attention to Sister Mohini's classes, and my mind has been filled with pure thoughts, these made me feel light towards the soul. But despite these gains, I had a test to face. In a recent online service meeting, memories of the past, old sanskaras emerged. For a long time, over the years, every time I had an idea, it would always be rebuked by that soul. Never in the many decades have I received an enthusiastic response from that soul. When I gave a suggestion in that meeting, it was predictably rejected, thus reopening old wounds. The good wishes that I once had for that soul now elapsed into anger. It was easy to wallow in self-pity and spin negative thoughts toward that soul. I realize that I'm just being a loser when I create this waste thought. And the waste thought, this one resisted my ideas in the past and will continue to do so until the end of time. As I listened to the December 5th class on Sanskaras of Purity and Trikaldarshi, I had an aha moment. Trikaldarshi means to be a detached observer. Sensible ones don't keep checking others, said Sister Mohini. Purity emerges when I realize that the negative thoughts and feelings are Maya, and I'm able to change them by keeping Baba as my companion. The December 5th class motivated me to to cultivate the golden-aged sanskaras of happiness. And this can only happen when I pay attention to the quality of my thoughts and my attitude. Many thanks to the instrument souls in this platform, Abhyakti Parivar. Respectfully, Anonymous, Philippines. And so it was exactly, she had to change what Sister Mohini was telling us today, never to say someone will never change. And as soon as she was able to do that, she reclaimed her happiness. So the prep for tomorrow, day 16, the Murli of Wednesday, December 9th. And the title, Nirakari Bhab, and the elevated sanskara is Nir Sankalp. And the awareness that Baba stated in the Murli that we should have, which means the general understanding of this, is very important for us to get the cooperation of our three companions. So the awareness that Baba talked about was the philosophy of thoughts, sinful thoughts, and being free from ordinary thoughts is part of the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action. And Sister Mohini connected Nir Sankalp to neutral action. While you're here in this corporeal world, you will definitely have thoughts. No human being can stay for even a second without having thoughts. You have thoughts here and also in the golden age and also on the path of ignorance. But when you come onto the path of knowledge, thoughts should not just be ordinary thoughts, because you have become instruments for God's service. Therefore, the thoughts you have for the yajna are not just thoughts. It is being near sankalp, free from thoughts. And of course, it's free from wasteful and negative thoughts. So with that awareness, that general sense of what Baba is meaning when he uses the word Nir Sankalp, and of course connecting it to his title of being Nirakari. Now we are going to work with our minds on this. And so we're going to check. How can I have complete victory over sinful thoughts? And then the change that is required. When you have thoughts in the name of God, you are said to be free from ordinary thoughts. In fact, being near Sankalp is the stage when you don't have any thoughts at all, and you even go beyond happiness and sorrow. However, this will only happen at the end, when you depart after settling your accounts and stay in the stage of beyond happiness and sorrow up there in the home. You won't have any thoughts at that time. At that time, you will be in a stage beyond both action and neutral actions. So I thought this was so deep and this was so significant that we're actually preparing for that ultimate stage of Nir Sankalp, which will be experienced in the home. And then we're checking our intellects. And so, how can I discern the subtle meaning of Jani, Jan, and Har? Now, this was, you may think, have nothing to do with Nir Sankalp, but it does, because Baba is talking about him being Nirakari. Understand this firmly. Jani, Jan, and Har, and what it means is the one who knows everything within each one. Now, this is a question that's always asked. What does Baba mean when he says he knows everything in each one of us? And then in the very next Murli, he's going to say, I don't know what's going on inside each and every one of you. You should know that. You tell it to me in your heart-to-heart conversation. But today he's putting a different slant on this. Baba is definitely watching everything of those who secretly perform wrong actions in the yajna. He then touches Baba, that's Brahma Baba, his corporeal form, that's Shiv Baba's corporeal form, for him to caution them. So he touches his chariot, Brahma Baba, to caution the ones who are doing the wrong action. So you mustn't hide anything, even if mistakes are made, by telling him about them, telling Baba about them. You are protected in the future. Therefore, children, remain cautious. Now, this is also using that the Nirsankalp way of thinking so that the intellect can be able to discern what Baba means when he says he's Jani Jananhar, what he's doing. And then the elevated sanskara of a Nirsankalp soul, we're checking, do I have regard for souls as I serve them? And Baba has given us some very beautiful pointers to this. So what would I change within me to have? Give regard to others with the intention of uplifting them, with a pure attitude and stage of being a well-wisher. Transform the defects of others. To have regard, a Nirsankalp soul will accommodate the defects of others and not speak about them. And 2, make disheartened souls powerful and give them zeal and enthusiasm. Now, this is a very, very deep Murli, and I pick out these pointers so that they could guide you through the Murli. So please read the Murli tomorrow, study the Murli, and understand, because it's one of those rare Sakar Murlis in which Baba is really going into the depth of the philosophy of thought and connecting it to the philosophy of action. So good luck, enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow.
यही समय है जो बात करते हैं बच्चों को, मीठे मीठे बच्चों, मीठे 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 रात दिन मीठे मीठे कहते रहते हैं। तो बाबा का तो फर्ज है सब बच्चों को कहना, बच्चे दे अभिमानी भव, सब कहते हैं कि बच्चे सब जानते हैं कि बेहद के बाप से बेहद विश्व की बात ही नहीं है।
ओ मीठे प्यारे बाबा, भला कैसे भुलाए तेरा प्यार बाबा।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Awake Teacher Journey. Today is our dear Brahma Baba's day. So when we think about Brahma Baba, we think about all those Sakar days, Yajna days, and there are so many stories of that, right? So Yajna stories, what they teach us. Let's see what's new story we have today.
वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे
जैसे जनरल में रात को मम्मा बैठती थी, हम लोगों की रोज कचहरी होती थी अक्सर करके, जिसमें मम्मा सबसे पूछती कि भाई आज सारे दिन में किसी कोई भी गलती हुई हो तो वो हाथ उठावे। समझो मम्मा के पास रिपोर्ट पहुंची है और वो आत्मा व बहन व भाई हाथ नहीं उठाते हैं। मम्मा अंदर तो समझ जाती थी, भगवान आता है अपने भूल को भी इसने रियलाइज नहीं किया है। फिर मम्मा पूछती थी, अगर किसी ने किसी भूल किया हुआ देखा हो, ना कोई ऐसा आवाज से बोलना देखा हो, कोई किसी ने किसी को थोड़ा दो शब्द ऐसा अच्छा न बोला हो, तो वो हाथ उठावे। तो वो आत्मा जब हाथ उठाती थी और फिर बताती थी कि मैंने किसको क्या देखा, तो ऐसा होता था कि इस प्रकार की रात को जो मम्मा बैठ हम लोगों की धारणा की क्लास कराती थी, कचहरी कराती थी, तो हर आत्मा को जैसे ये था, मैं कोई भी भूल करूंगी तो मेरी चित नहीं सकती है, क्योंकि देखने वाले बहुत है। तो वो देखने वाले भी हाथ उठाते हैं कि मैंने देखा कि ये ऐसे ऐसे कर रही थी। तो हर एक का मैं तो कहूंगी ये भी एक ऐसी अच्छी युक्ति थी जिससे उस आत्मा को भय रहता था, मुझे कोई भी गलती नहीं करनी है, हमें मुझे हाथ उठाना पड़ेगा। तो ये क्या सोचेंगे? तो निमित्त कोई भी वास्तव में अगर इस प्रकार का भी आधार है तो ये भी सुधारने का बहुत अच्छा तरीका है। ऐसे रोज कचहरी होने के कारण मैं तो समझती हूँ सबकी भूलें समाप्त हो गई, क्योंकि कोई जोर से बोले तो रिपोर्ट तो निकलेगी, तो उसकी इज्जत तो जाएंगी ना सभा के बीच में। से भी एक बड़ी ड्रामा में अच्छी युक्ति थी, ताकि फिर मम्मा उसको प्यार से बुला के, पहला बारी तो मम्मा देखती थी, अब इसका ये ऐसा बनता जा रहा है, मम्मा प्यार से बुला के इसको कहती थी कि आपके लिए थोड़ा ऐसा वाइब्रेशन है, ऐसा कुछ सुनाई पड़ता है, आप ऐसा महसूस करते हैं। तो उसको रियलाइज कराती थी मम्मा। मम्मा के आगे यानी में किसी को झूठ बोलने भी नहीं आता था, कह देते थे हाँ मम्मा बरोबर मेरी गलती है और मैं बहुत ही आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ। प्यार से समझाने से सुत ही जैसे कि उस आत्मा के अंदर वो बात आ जाती थी रियलाइज करने की, और जिस चीज को रियलाइज किया जाता है तो दोबारा उस होता है। जो बात रियलाइजेशन में नहीं आती है वो बार बार भूल होती है। तो ऐसा वो प्यार से बैठ के एक ज्ञान के आधार से रियलाइज कराती थी। ये उनकी विशेष सेवा थी। ना माता पिता ने उनको बहुत बहुत गुणवान बनाने की इतनी सेवा की है, माँ बाप बच्चों की ऐसी जीवन बना नहीं सकता। अपना पूरा कार्य करके गए, माँ गई बाबा गए, अव्यक्त हुए। बाबा का ऐसा लगा उन्होंने अपनी सेवाएं जो देनी थी वो हम सब बच्चों को दी, अपनी सेवा में कोई कमी नहीं रखी। अब हम बच्चों को बल्कि बाबा की सेवा का रिटर्न देना ही है। इसके ऊपर जैसे ऐसे ही लगता था कि जब छोटे होती है, बिल्डिंग कमजोर होती है तो पिलर का आधार होता है, और जब बिल्डिंग जो है एकदम सही हो जाती है और ऊपर का स्लैब पक्का हो जाता है तो ये स्थूल आधार बाबा हमसे दूर नहीं है, जैसे पर्दे के अंदर छिपा हुआ है। हम सबके साथ होके सारे विश्व की सेवा कर रहा है, करा रहा है और बच्चों को आगे कर रहा है।
साकार रूप को तज बाबा, अव्यक्त रूप को धारे हो, इस दिव्य रूप में भी बाबा मधुबन में आए पधारे हो। अमृत वेले नित उठते ही आमी
those days were so beautiful, and now these days are very beautiful also, because those stories are still alive in our hearts, right? So, such a beautiful story how Mama used to help others to change. So, thank you so much. This was Gange Dadi, and how sweetly they shared. So, we all enjoyed, right? One more thing I wanted to let you all know, that everyone is enjoying listening to experiences when Sister Gayatri shared. So, if you also would like to share your experience, you can always send it to avektiparivar@gmail.com, and you can mention that you would like to share your experience with the whole family of Avekti Parivar, and we will also do that. So thank you so much, and now let's get our Swaman for tomorrow.
सेकंड में निराकारी स्वरूप में स्थित ये अभ्यास सारे दिन में बार बार करो। ऐसे नहीं सिर्फ याद में बैठने के टाइम निराकारी स्टेज में स्थित रहो, लेकिन बीच बीच में समय निकाल इस देवान से न्यारे निराकारी आत्मा स्वरूप में स्थित होने का अभ्यास करो। कोई भी कार्य करो, कार्य करते भी यह अभ्यास करो, मैं निराकार आत्मा इस साकार घर में इंद्रियों के आधार से कर्म करा रही हूँ। निराकारी स्थिति करावनहार स्थिति, घर में इंद्रियां करनहार, आत्मा करावनहार। निराकारी आत्म स्थिति से निराकारी भाव सुदयादत।
Let's all become detached from the consciousness of the body and remain stable in the incorporeal stage. And before performing any action, let's remind ourselves, I, the incorporeal soul, am making these physical senses work.
I, the soul, am making this physical senses work. So this is very nice practice of being soul consciousness. So now let's remember Baba, take drishti from Baba and also Didi. Let's merge in Baba's love.
Om Shanti. It's a beautiful song. It says, make your thoughts beautiful. No? Thoughts, right? Very good. Okay, everyone. Om Shanti. Remain very happy, healthy. Om Shanti and good night, everyone.